No Japanese info by Japanese people. Then count on me! Hey there, it's Naoto. As you probably know, there were tons of samurais, but if you choose one samurai as the strongest, which samurai do you choose? That's a tough question, but I think some of you would choose Musashi Miyamoto as the strongest. He is known as a strong sword master. For those who don't know Musashi very well, this video is made just for you. The core theme of this video is quite simple. Firstly, what kind of person Musashi Miyamoto was, and secondly, what was the secret of his overwhelming power. Musashi Miyamoto was born in 1584 in Hyogo prefecture. At that time, Japan were on the last phase of the war period. His early days are difficult to verify, but he seemed to be educated very well by his uncle at the temple. Apparently, he gained sword skill there. Anyway, about his early days, one thing is clear. When Musashi had his very first duel, he was just 13 years old. That's amazing! And until the age of 29, he had more than 60 times of duels. The most important thing is, he never lost. Never. He defeated all the opponents. That's unbelievable. But why was Musashi so strong? Was that innate? Well, it is said Musashi was 1.8 meter tall, whereas a normal samurai's average height was just 1.5 meter. That could be one reason, but height seems not to fully explain his overwhelming power. But then, how about this one? I don't know the reason why, but it is said he never took bath. Probably his legendary power came from the stink? Yeah, could be, but in general, it is considered as follows. One of the secrets of his strength was that he used two swords at the same time. This was extraordinary thing. Usually samurai holds a sword by using both of hands. That's in order to hold the sword firmly. But what Musashi did was totally in opposition. His way of thinking was extremely practical. He thought samurai should use as many weapons as possible in order to defeat enemy. If you use two hands for holding a sword, one sword, it's inefficient. He thought so. The first inspiration of double-bladed swordmanship came from the Japanese drum. When we beat the drum, we use two sticks and use both hands. What if you are forced to use just one hand to beat the drum? That's inefficient. But I'd like to say, using two swords at the same time, it's not the piece of cake. It's never easy. Do you know how heavy Japanese sword is? It weighs roughly 1 kilogram. So it's very hard to control Japanese sword precisely and beat enemy. But Musashi trained his arms so much, and he eventually invented double-bladed swordmanship. What I can tell you from this is, Musashi was not just strong, he was also smart strategist. Now let's take a look at his very famous duel with Kojirou Sasaki in Ganryujima Island. The duel is widely known in Japan, and the strategy of Musashi in the duel typifies his smartness. One day, presumably in 1612, he got an offer for serious duel by one samurai who named himself Ganryu. At that time, Musashi was already became famous for his strength and his extraordinary double-bladed sword style. Musashi accepted an offer for duel. Moreover, he allowed Ganryu, who was Kojirou Sasaki, to use a real sword, whereas Musashi used a voodoo sword instead. And on the day of the duel, Kojirou arrived at the island prior to Musashi. He waited for Musashi, but Musashi didn't appear, which was on purpose. Meanwhile, Kojirou got irritated so much. By the time Musashi showed up, Kojirou was already exasperated a lot. Kojirou thought it was dishonorable and disrespectful to be late for such serious occasion. But on the other hand, Musashi's purpose was totally successful. He thought it's very essential to maintain composure anytime in the battle. Kojirou lost his mind, and the duel ended up very short. As a result, Musashi defeated Kojirou by using wooden sword. Some may find what Musashi did was disrespectful, but don't forget, Musashi should be regarded not just as a samurai, but as a smart strategist. The way I see it, Musashi couldn't be such legendary strong without his smartness. So that's all for today. Thank you so much. Press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. ありがとうございました。